Hey guys, you got another exciting episode of Rocky Mountain Backcountry. So I just came up this trail and I'm going to show you what happened here in just a minute. It was pretty awesome. One of the best things that I like about filming these videos is, number one, it's kind of fun to share how I ride and where I ride and what I'm doing. But the other point is, when I get to a really good spot, I have to move the camera 3 or 4 times, and I get to experience that spot multiple times all at once, just for you guys. So that's a little bit of a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. So anyway, you guys, thanks a lot for checking out Rocky Mountain Backcountry. Today, I'm going to show you something that I scored big time on. I was super excited. Some of you guys have seen or heard these sound systems guys having in their UTVs or their side-by-sides. So I've been looking at that for a couple of months now, deciding on which one I wanted to get. Really didn't want to spend a whole ton of money. I kind of set my budget at $400, and there's some pretty good stuff out there. I did a lot of research on Amazon and on the interwebs, and watched a bunch of different videos on YouTube, and so I really decided what I wanted was one that was made by Wet Sounds. I know you guys have heard of them. They do all kinds of high-performance outdoor audio, waterproof type stuff. They do a lot of things in high-end boats. But I got looking at the one that I wanted, and it's like $750, $800, depending on where you go. So last night we went to our local Jorgensen's Does Everything dealership. So that's where I bought the Can-Am from. But they also have a bowling alley. So we're at the bowling alley for a bowling party. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go check and see what they've got for these Bluetooth speaker systems. So I went back there and they had a brand new one. I think it was an MTX. They had it set up there, and they had a price tag of $500 on it. And then they had a used one there, and I got looking at it, and it turns out that it was the Wet Sounds Stealth 10. And I'm like, hey, this unit right here is used. Make me a deal on it. So anyway, I'm not going to tell you what I spend on it, other than to tell you that I did not go over my budget that I had previously set. So I was super stoked about that. Anyway, that was a big score for me. I got it set up. I'm going to show you guys what I got. So thanks for checking out Rocky Mountain Backcountry. All right, you guys, this is what it is. So two things. You see that there? That is the Wet Sounds Stealth 10. And one of the reasons I got such a good deal on it was, number one, it was a trade-in. Number two, they didn't have brackets for it. So I'm kind of a handy feller. I thought, well, I'll make some brackets. You can see here, this is just a temporary bracket that I've made. I'm going to clean it up and paint it and reinstall it, but I wanted to get it all put in there and set up. So it's kind of cool. This machine was set up exactly for this in this spot. So what I did, you can see I ran the wires right through the factory hole in the roll cage, brought them down out this one. I did drill a little hole right there, took everything down through the bottom, and I've got it all wrapped up right there. I know it'd be a super clean installation. It's tied in right there. Anyway, it'd be a lot cleaner installation if I were to cut all those wires and make them to the size. But I figured I probably wouldn't cut them all. I just wrap them up tight down there. You can see they're zip tied a whole bunch of times. And anyway, you can see that it produces some awesome sound. Unfortunately, I'm filming this on my phone and it does not Bluetooth the sound when I'm recording. So the other thing that I got, you guys just noticed probably, is that roof. It's just a canvas roof. I went down to, honestly, I went down to Walmart and I bought some of that fabric. It's the waterproof canvas fabric that they have down at Walmart. And I started looking at it and made myself a little template and went to town. You can see there, I hooked it in both sides right there, put some nylon strapping on it, brought it around, and then I've got a buckle strap down here and I can suck it nice and tight. So anyway, I kind of love it. For the $15 that I spend on the material and about 45 minutes worth of labor putting it together, works out pretty good. The other thing I want to show you guys really quick, I got a paracord knife and I thought it was kind of cool. I wrapped it in blue to match the side-by-side, right? Same thing with my keychain. Anyway, I mounted that knife underneath there, so I've always got a knife real handy. Anyway, you guys, thanks for checking out Rocky Mountain Backcountry. We're gonna go for a ride. Hey, so yeah, let me tell you guys a little bit about where I am. See all this area over here? All this area back up here behind me, up on top of the hill. All that down in there. Goes way down that way. You can see a freeway down there. So from that freeway this way, all of that, you can see all those trails down there. Check that out. This is all open ATV, OHV trail riding area. And this is a spot right here. If any of you guys are familiar with the Paiute Trail, this little canyon, you can see a road right there. This canyon right here is called Dairy Canyon, and it goes up and kind of comes around the side of this and back up on top there. And it's a pretty challenging trail, but anyway, that's where I ride, you guys. Thanks for checking out Rocky Mountain Backcountry. This is my home. Dang it, I wish this would play while I recorded. I'm gonna have to get me another Bluetooth music device than my phone. I'm just jamming out to a little Paradise City, hitting Dairy Canyon Trail for a minute. So, really quick, you guys, this is kind of hollowed ground right here on the other side of that hill right there. Unfortunately, a gentleman lost his life right there in a side-by-side. He wrecked, rolled over, was not wearing a seatbelt, was thrown out, and it killed him. Had he been wearing his seatbelt, he would have driven out and not had a scratch on him. You guys, please wear your seatbelts when you're out here. Alright, so I just came picked up the camera from that last shot right there. And if you notice that guy, I'm going to leave him in there. Maybe I shouldn't. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Riding up here alone without a seatbelt, not a great idea. When you do CPR on somebody for over 45 minutes and life flight flies in, pronounces them dead because they rolled their side by side and they weren't wearing a seatbelt, guys, I'm telling you, way better to be safe than sorry. That's all there is to it. Well, alright you guys, that's Rocky Mountain Backcountry for today. Thanks for checking us out. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down there, like this video, and click that little dinger bell there too to be notified when we put up a new video. Hoping to get another one next week, but we got her done this week. Thanks you guys. We'll see you out on the trails.